The walls are still white, but they feel so gray, like they're mourning in the light you took away. My world used to bloom in the shape of your smile. Now it withers in silence, mile after mile. I still wear your hoodie, the one you forgot. It smells like a moment that love turned to rot. Your name is a splinter I can't pull out clean, stuck deep in the places no one's ever seen. You took the color, left me in black, a painting unfinished, a heart with a crack. You drained all the songs from the air I breathe. Now I hum to the rhythm of all that I grieve. You were the spark that lit up my sky. Now I'm just ashes, asking why. I talk to the photos, but they don't reply. Just frozen reflections of one perfect lie. You said forever like it cost you nothing, then broke it with hands that once held me loving. I sleep through the day, stay awake through the night, 'cause dreams are just films where you still feel right. But morning is cruel, it knows how to show. The bed's still half empty, like you didn't know. You took the color, left me in black, a sunset and undone, a train off the track. You painted my hope, then tore apart. Now I'm tracing the cracks in a hollow heart. You were the storm I begged to stay. Now I'm drowning in the mess you made. I don't hate you, that would mean I've healed, but I miss you like a wound that never sealed. And maybe that's worse. You took the color, left me bare, like a song with no sound, just static and air. You vanished like dusk, no warning. I wrote you a letter I'll never send, filled with the words I broke to pretend. I smiled through the silence, bit back the truth, let you walk out while I swallowed my youth. You never knew how deep it went, how my soul cracked just to keep you content. I played the fool with grace and pride, while dying in pieces you left inside. These are the things I never said, like how I lost myself to love you instead. How every I'm fine was a quiet scream, and every night without you haunts my dreams. I held the pain like it made me strong, but silence can only carry was distant, hard to reach, but you never listened when I tried to speak. You only loved me when I broke down small, so I stayed on the ground, afraid to stand tall. You kissed my tears, then called them weak, taught me to beg with a heart that can't speak. But I wrote you in poems, I bled from regret, lines made of sorrow you'll never get. These are the things I never said, like how I lived in the fear of your steps, how I faded to gray just to keep you near, and forgot how to breathe without your fear. I let you in and lost my light, now I sleep in the arms of endless night. I should have screamed when I felt undone, should have walked when I saw you run, but I stayed with a heart that begged to mend, held on to a love that had no end except yours. These are the things I never said, like how I died while you lived in my head. I'm learning to speak without your name, but every word still burns like flame. I loved you quiet and lost me loud, and now I'm healing without the crowd. Ooh, want me to go darker, or maybe shift to something about closure or revenge? Whatever mood you're in, I got you. I still wear the coat from that cold final night, the one where your silence put out all the light. You didn't say much, just enough to let go, but your eyes told a story I wish I didn't know. You kissed me like strangers, like we never were, like love was a rumor, not something you heard. And I stood there stunned while the sky caved in, left holding a future you threw to the wind. I'm still standing where you left me, in the ruins of goodbye you let be. Time moves, but I stay in the past, living in questions you never asked. You moved on like love was easy, but I'm still breaking. Right where you left me. I replay that night like it's some sacred scene, trying to find what the silence could mean. I still sleep on the edge like you're on the side. Leave space for a ghost I can't push aside. The mirror reflects just a fraction of me. Since you left, I've been less than I used to be. I laugh for the world, but I die in the dark, still chasing your shadow through every scar. You said love would save us, then let it decay. Now I count every heartbeat you took away. I'm half of a heart, walking broken and slow, a part of a soul that you used to know. I reach through the silence for something that's gone, but you're just a verse in a long, bitter song. You were my always, but tore it apart. Now I'm breathing alone with half of a heart. Your name is a wound I can't learn to forget, a song I keep humming in quiet regret. I trace all the places we used to exist, like love left a bruise on the edge of a kiss. I whisper goodnight to the air where you lay, still dream of your voice though it's drifting away. They tell me to heal, but they don't understand. How do you stand when you've lost your own hand? I'm half of a heart, walking broken and slow, a part of a soul that you used to know. I reach through the silence for something that's gone, but you're just a verse in a long, bitter song. You were my always, but tore it apart. Now I'm breathing alone with half of the heart. If I could go back, I'd still choose your flame, even knowing it ends in ashes and pain. 'Cause loving you hurt, but losing you kills, and nothing else quiets these thunderous hills. I'm half of a heart, and you were the rest. Now I'm left with the echo that lived in your chest. I search through the wreckage for pieces of me, but all that remains is who we used to be. You were my always, my light, my star. Now I'm breathing in pieces with half of. I stood in the doorway watching you leave, heart in my throat, too frozen to breathe. You didn't flinch, didn't turn around, just the sound of your steps on unforgiving ground. I begged in my silence, prayed in my pain, but love doesn't matter when it walks away. You packed all your lies in a suitcase of calm, left me with questions and shaking palms. You never looked back, not even once, not at the tears or the weight of what it was. I was screaming inside, but you heard none of that, just walked off with your peace while I shattered in black. Now I'll never look back, not even once, not at at the tears or the weight of what was. I was screaming inside, but you heard none of that. Just walked off with your peace while I shattered in black. Now I live in the wreck of the things we became, still whispering you're sorry, still cursing your name. I trace all the faults like a map to your heart, but I only find dead ends and torn apart parts. You said it was love, but it burned like a curse, and I drank every word till it left me worse. I held on too long to a version of you that never once saw what I was going through. Now I'm holding myself in the arms of the dark, trying to mend all your love left marked. You never looked back, not even once, not at the wreckage, not at what we lost. You faded to silence like smoke in the past, while I cried out your name in a voice built to last. You were my everything, now you're my lack. A ghost with no mercy, and you never looked back. I still wonder if you feel the ache, if midnight ever brings back my name. But maybe the cold was always in you, and I was the fool who believed love was true. You never looked back, not even once, left me in rooms with the door left unlocked, and I stood there for hours, praying you turned, but all I got was the sting and the burn. Now I'm learning to live in the space that you lack, but I'll never forget that you never looked